Welcome everybody to my video about installing methanol kit of Bosphorus innovations to my Alfa Romeo MiTo. This is a 1.4 liter TJ engine with turbo. It is upgraded turbo, upgraded injectors, etc. There's so many things I have already applied. It's time to apply the methanol kit. So I thought it would be a good idea to show you how it is done to apply this methanol kit. So first things, I will just get through what are in our way to install the hoses and lines, etc. For the installation. First we will remove this usually these won't come off very easily, so I will apply some WD-40 to this. That's it. Now this area is clear. This is where all of hoses and lines, electrical cables will be mounted to different methods. So there are two different colors of hoses, the red one and blue one. The kit comes with these red ones, or whichever color you want, so they send only one type of color. But I also acquired another type. With this one I will use the vacuum lines for I want to differentiate them from each other. This will be applied for the injection of the methanol. This will be applied for the reading of the vacuum level, because you know the methanol kit works with respect to vacuum level that you want. For example, when you set it to a 1 bar, it will be on when the pressure of the manifold is 1 bar. So this is the one that I will be taking that vacuum level. So I have already implemented the cylindric life of the methanol kit yesterday. At this point, I will show detailed photos and detailed implementation of it at this point, because you will need a welding guide to implement that. I'm not capable of welding, so that's why I implemented it yesterday. So implementing of it is simple. You just put the nozzle on this side and then just put it here. So it is number 8. So this also is fixed. I will use this soft spot here to go inside of the car with the hoses and the other cables, etc. I definitely recommend you to start all the hoses, implement all the hoses from the outside of the car, because it won't be easy, or even it won't be possible to go from inside to outside. So I will now install the vacuum hoses. I already have a vacuum line here. So I will just use that line. So you see our lines are going to be rotated like this. But I will get these two through these issues later. Now I will focus on sending these lines into from here. For that, first of all, you just need to drill this soft line from here with a screwdriver. careful with that. And I also recommend unplugging the battery, because we are very close to the some electrical cables at that point. So now it is in. From this point, I will just push and push and push these roses. By the way, this lines goes just underneath of the console, so you will reach this from the underside of the steering wheel. It is a pretty tight place, so it is not easy to get all of these from inside, but still manageable. So right now we are inside. The house is here. I will just pull it, and afterwards we will implement this within these parts. So we are back at the outside of the car, because I'm about to finish the electrical connections of the solenoid valve. You can see this is the connector of the solenoid valve. Here the LED side is live one, the plus, and the other one is ground. So you can do the connection with respect to this. So black and red cables. So obviously the red is line. So we will connect it to the. Again, it is important, since we are doing some electrical stuff here. So it is important to disconnect your battery, just to be safe. So our work under the hood is done. As you can see here, our solenoid valve is installed, and the electrical connections are prepared. Also the vacuum lines are prepared. I have used so many zip ties. Don't hesitate to use them, because rotating of these lines and hoses is so critical. So they shouldn't be moving, and they shouldn't get any harm because of that. So we are back inside. As you can see here, all the hoses and all the lines are inside. Some parts of the echo is connected. So now it's time to connect this SMC pressure sensor. To do this, we will need a electrical connection, and also we need to get the vacuum line to here. So the vacuum line is the blue one, you may already know. I will rotate this beneath the steering wheel and get this out through this instrumental panel, because this pressure switch will stay approximately right here. So I'm not sure, yeah, I suppose you can see it right now. So let's do that. So you see, this is the electrical line of the SMC pressure switch. I need to redirect this hose through here. To do that, I suppose most of you already know, there is a simple trick that you can apply. Just connect this to the bottom side of this cable and just pull it. Then it will just come right out of here. I will use some tape to connect the electrical line with the hose. This is the tape. So
It's right here. That's simple. So the vacuum line is ready to be installed. So you can see this. The connection of this is very similar to the connection of the solenoid. Let's continue. It is in here. You just push it. So you see it's in. Now I will just put this on and turn and turn and turn until it is tight enough to not to release any vacuum. The electrical connection is pretty simple. You just place in the socket, that's all. Now it's ready. I will just place it in. So now our pressure switch sensor is in place, and all the cables and the vacuum lines are connected to it. At the moment I will focus on at the other harness parts and placing the echo to the proper place. After that we will switch back to the trunk area and place the pump and the water tank. So for the moment I have finished installing the echo. They are all installed underneath the steering wheel. You can see all the harness standing right underneath the steering wheel, and also the echo is placed there. Again, I have used as much as cable ties as I can, because it's important not to be fooling around of them while you are driving. So it's time to implement these lines of pump and the methanol line, methanol hoses through the backside of the car. So I have tucked in all of the cables and the hoses at the front driver side. You can see it is all clear around here at the moment. So all of the cables and hoses are tucked in underneath this panel, which I'm putting some light on. So for example, you can see at the back side they are all here. So I will continue from this point to tuck them in and get them out from the trunk area. So let's continue. So I have all the cables and lines right back at the trunk. So now I will start installing the pump, filter and the methanol tank. After that I will connect all these cables and so this is the tank. The tank comes without fitment of this output line and this float switch sensor. So you need to drill them by yourselves and fix them by yourselves, but they come with their seals, and it is handy to be able to place wherever you want them, because with respect to your installation on the trunk area, the sides of these outputs might vary, so that's something helpful, but still you need to work on it. This is the pump. You just fit these fittings to the pump at each side. Be careful with the direction of the flow. As you can see at the bottom with the arrows, it shows the direction of the flows. That's important. So the installation is over. I will insert the pump and the tank all together and hide all of the cables, etc. So now I will just put all things back into place, especially under the hood, and clean everything. Then we are ready to go for a test drive.
Guys, welcome to the test run. As you remember, we have completed the installation. I have made a pre-test before this, just check that everything is working properly. At the moment, we are going to do two different test runs. At the first run, the methanol kit will be off, so we will observe the intake air temperature and the exhaust temperature. So let's run. Remember, the minimum intake air temperature was 48 Celsius at the first test. So let's see what it will be at the moment. It's going down 45, 43, 42, 40, 30, 39. Sorry guys, the camera went off. I was over 180 kilometers per hour, and the intake temperature is this time 36 Celsius, and the all temperature is 36 Celsius again. So it means when the methanol kit is on, the intake air temperature is equal to outside temperature. Remember, before the methanol kit, it was 48 Celsius. So there is 12 Celsius gain at the intake air temperature, and that is pretty wild. So guys, long story short, to summarize everything that we had through within last 2 days, the installation of this kit took approximately for me 1.5 days, except and the welding of the placement of the nozzle. I did everything on my own. A trained mechanic can install this kit, I believe, within 1 day, but be careful about the electrical connections, because there are so many electrical connections should be applied, and we should be taken care of intensively. Otherwise, you can have some serious problems in the long term. So, as you have seen on the test run, the temperature degrees of the intake air is very huge. If you are living in a hot area like me, Turkey, Izmir, or anywhere around the world, where you can easily see 30 Celsius degrees ambient temperature, I believe this is a must-have kit, especially for the turbo engines, just like this car. This car has a 8-liter intercooler. Still, I can have some issues, especially on the track days, about the intake air temperature and the exhaust gas temperature. As you have seen at the test run, the gains are huge. I believe I won't have any issues, especially on track days, with help of this kit. So thanks for watching. Please do not hesitate to ask any questions or any comments on the below of the YouTube page. So that's all. Again, thank you. Bye bye.